Smokey Guys shorts. I am outdoors, as you can tell, so you've got a little more background noise than usual. This is my backyard, my porch, my fence, as you can see over there. And I've got a street just right beside me that's always noisy. So it's a great place to smoke cigars as long as you can handle the noise. I have got a beautiful cigar today. I've got the Wyatt Appendix 2. It's a Robusto. This one's a Corona. I don't know if you can see that. It is beautifully manufactured. It has got some beautiful striping on there. This is a Connecticut wrapper. I believe it's all grown in the Dominican, but it's a Connecticut wrapper. I am excited to try this one. So stick around. We'll see how this one goes. Well, I'm about a little over an inch. This is a small cigar, so I would call that the first third. And I can tell you, it's a beautifully tasting cigar. Oh, there go the dogs. It's a beautifully tasting cigar. This is, I have confirmed, it is an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, grown in the Dominican, as are the binder and filler. They're all Dominican Republic tobaccos. And I'm getting a little bit of spicy right up front, but not like peppery. Just a little bit of spice right up front, but mostly creamy. And I know a lot of times I describe cigars as creamy. There's a mouthfeel to them that is that description. That's the best way I can describe it, is a little bit creamy. I can tell you, when I retrohale, I'm picking up some cedar notes, maybe a little what I would call hay, like walking through a cornfield after the corn has been harvested and everything's dry. That's what I'm picking up in it. It's a great tasting cigar. It's going to be a short smoke. It's a small one. But I understand the Appendix 2 is also made in a Robusto and a Toro and a big. I don't even know what you call it. It's one of those that's tapered on both ends. I can never remember the name for that shape. Look up our video on shapes, and it's in there because I had notes in front of me then. But so far, I'm really liking this cigar. Well, I am definitely down into the third, and it's changed slightly. Well, actually, not slightly. It's changed, I would say, significantly. I would call this a medium-bodied. Started out mild to medium. Now I would call it a full-blown medium. Medium-bodied, medium strength, nothing ridiculous. The flavors have intensified. I'm getting a lot more of that cedar, a little less of the hay, but almost that sweetness of the corn coming through. And it's getting a little minerally. Not a bad minerally, just a little bit of mineral flavor coming through. It may just be the fact that it's concentrating toward the end. But, and there's a sour note that has picked up. Again, not a bad sour note, not anything that turns me off from it. Just a sour note that I would expect to get more in a fermented cigar, as opposed to one that has just been aged for, I think these are aged for 3 years prior to rolling. So it's an interesting flavor profile. I'm pairing it with water as opposed to an alcohol or coffee or anything, and that may be having an effect on the flavor, but a spectacular flavor coming through, especially in this third as everything's intensifying. So the Appendix by, I can never remember the name, Wyatt. It's a very small producer from what I can tell, because it's not one that I know of, and I don't know of a whole lot of stuff that they make. But the Appendix 2 from Wyatt is a very good smoke. I highly recommend it, and I would tell you if it weren't. But until the next one, stay smoky. Oh my goodness, I was through. I was through with the short, but I had to jump back on here because right here at the end, that minerally sour note turned into a Benedictine note. almost like you would get in a Scotch that has that almost medicinal Benedictine. Fascinating. I would love to pair this with a good peaty Scotch, and I apologize for the camera shaking. I already put my tripod away. But just to end this short, a great Benedictine note right at the end of this thing. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Stay smoky.